Alright, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue year 3 with your Ottawa Senators. Up here in the second month of the regular season, we got by the first month in the last video. We did the slow time simulation, and your Ottawa Senators started off the year 3-3-2. So, not the greatest start, but we have been coming on a little bit in the last few games ever since I made the line change of Hoffman and Stone, switching them up, sending down Taylor Hall to the second line. Stone goes up to the first line, and Hoffman on the second line was Binajad and Hall. These guys have actually been getting some points recently, right? So it's still early on in the season. I want to get a good chunk of simulating done in this video. But before we go ahead, I got some comments. Well, one comment that I want to read. Johnny, Tommy Wingels isn't in the starting lineup. You have Condra Greening starting over him. So I didn't even realize that. So I went ahead and I already did the line changes. So Tommy Wingels is going to slot in beside Curtis Lazar and Justin Abdelkader. Joel Ward is going to replace, who was it, Condra on the fourth line right wing. Greening is going to go over to the left side. So our scratch players now are Condra and Green. So Condra right there is the winger, and Matt Green as the defenseman. Tommy Wingels is in there, all right? But we're going to leave Stone and Hoffman split up just because they were getting some points for us. So we'll go 1 month at a time here, real time. Well, not the real time simulation, the quick simulation. Hopefully our team can right itself here, because I'm going to go through some comments while it's simulating, all right? Let's see, will it be a good video? No, lose the first game 4-0. Not the greatest. All right, so I can't follow it every game. We got to let it just happen. So let's go to some comments here. First one, I would stick it out. All goalies have bad games, and you are only 1 month in. See if Lehner continues to play the way he is, and then make some decisions. Remember, you kept him for a reason. Well, the reason we kept Robin Lehner is because I'm hoping that he turns out to be an 86, 87 overall goaltender. And it looks like we're losing crazy amounts of games right now. But the answer for goaltending, you know, I'd love to go out there and get an elite goaltender, but I think the answer in goaltending has to be through the draft, and that's why we drafted Mackenzie Savard. And oh my God, that's not good. Erik Karlsson's been injured with a sore knee. Estimated return is November 22nd. All right, I got to do this manually. Oh, man, that really hurts us. We lost Erik Karlsson. Hopefully, like last year, we don't have the injury bug that just eats us alive. Cody Ceci, get up there. You're going to get the chance to play. All right, Green. We're Kosh. Yeah, I have to do this, man. I can't just go best lines and allow us to lose some games. I have to be on top of this. Let's put in Justin Braun, sure. We're Kosh. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of line changes. A lot of micromanaging here, boys. Braun, there you go. Penalty kill. I'll throw Mathot there, and then I'll just get Green right there. That works. Green. Very nice. 4-on-4 lines. We'll go with Weirkosh, and then I'll get Green right there. That works for me. 4-on-4 lines. Extra attacker, Bobby Ryan, and we'll get Kyle Turris in there. Bobby Ryan, you could be the first one. Goaltender, Robin Lehner, and Ben Scrivens. And then, Jesus, man, that really hurts us. Karlsson was like, I wanted to play Karlsson big minutes this year, and he gets injured, man, in the second month. It's not good at all. Hoffman, get in there. All right, good. So there are the line changes. If we have some more injuries to go through that take a long time, I'll just do the line changes myself, all right? But let's continue with some comments. Next up, Johnny, if you really want more offense, you have to trade one of Turris or Bobby Ryan. Ooh, interesting. This guy's saying that Turris and Bobby Ryan's got to go. Over the course of the series, Ryan has scored 63 goals and 136 points in 170 regular season games. So it's not exactly a point-per-game player there, which isn't awful, but also isn't that good for an 89 overall player. He's right there. Meanwhile, Turris has scored just 41 goals and 118 points in 172 games played. Again, not that great for a first-line center, which is not very good for someone who has played the last 2 years alongside of Ryan, Karlsson, and Hall. Yeah, he's got a point there. I would suggest trading one of Ryan and Turris. I'd recommend dealing Turris for a player with great passing like Nick Backstrom. All right, so this guy is saying to go ahead and trade away our leaders. So here's the thing with this Ottawa Senator team. All right, so Erik Karlsson's back. Let me just take care of this. And we've actually won some games. Maybe I should leave Karlsson out. Hang on a sec. Cody Ceci, there you go. Green, I'm going to have to replace you. There you go. Green. All right, so let me just go through this again. Won't take that long, boys, but we have to do this. I got to get as many wins as I can. All right, so there you go. Karlsson, you go right there. Yeah, this is easy. Weirkosh switches with Karlsson. There you go. Penalty kill. Maybe I should leave. No, I'll leave Karlsson in there. But you know what? I'll leave Mathot and Braun on the first line penalty kill. Leave Karlsson on the. Give him some rest. 4-on-4 lines. There you go down there. Karlsson, switch over there. Hang on a sec. God damn it. Carlson, Weirkosh, Braun, and Cece, and Mathot and Phillips, extra attackers. Bobby Ryan. I'm going to leave Bobby Ryan as the primary extra attacker. We'll see what he can do, because these comments that are saying that he's not getting it done. And then Carlson, you get in there as well. There you go. You can take the third shot behind Ryan and Hall. All right, so there you go. Erik Karlsson, our captain, comes back. Now, this guy, Biznasty, he was saying that we should trade away Turris and Bobby Ryan. Now, here's the thing with the Ottawa Senators. They're our leaders right now, this roster, and I want to make the playoffs every single year. But if we have a year where we don't make the playoffs, clearly don't make the playoffs, and we decide to go through a rebuild, I agree. Bobby Ryan and Kyle Turris, they're a little bit, they're not too old, but they're out of that rebuild age category, and that's what I'm talking about with the Ottawa Senators. I know we don't have that many prospects right now, right? But if we wanted to go through that rebuild, we have many trading assets that we could deal out to ship out of here to bring in draft picks or young prospects or younger players, right? So as of right now, the team that's trying to make the playoffs, Turris and Ryan are our leaders. But if we turn into a non-playoff team, then these guys turn into trading assets. Absolutely, all right? So Biznasty, we're going to have to wait on these guys. I'm not ready to give up on the season just yet. But Hoffman's now been injured with a sprained ankle, all right? So estimated return is December 12th. I'm going to replace that player just this way. We'll see what happens, because it's only going to be like maybe 5 games. Let's see. December 12th. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to go through line changes again. We'll just go with it. All right, Condra can get second line time, whatever. But Hoffman, look at that, man. He's our leading goal scorer right now with 8 goals. Zibanejad with 12 assists. We're 10, 9, and 3. I don't know what to make of this team just yet. Had some injuries so far, but the Erik Karlsson injury actually seemed to help our team. Hang on a sec. Let's just see when Hoffman comes back. I'll make the line changes, and we'll continue with the comments. There you go. There's a win against the Florida Panthers, divisional team. Chicago Blackhawks. This could be a tough one. 17-7-2. But we got 2 big points out of the Chicago Blackhawks. All right. I'll take it. But we got to beat teams like Montreal and Florida. 2 big back-to-back road games coming up here. Come on, get 2 points out of it. Four possible points, get 2. 9-17-2. Wow, the Montreal Canadiens are not having a good year. That's really good news for us. We lost to them, though. Mike Hoffman's available. All right, let me get him back in there. Stone, Condra, Hoffman. There you go. Let me scratch Condra now. Very good. All right, so Hoffman's back, and we'll just get this game played against the Florida Panthers. 16-12-1. Definitely a team we're going to be competing with for a playoff spot, it looks like, and we beat them. Good. All right, so 13-11-3. Hang on one second. Okay, so here we are, December 11th. Let us go through just some quick team standings here and some player stats just to see how our team is playing, okay? So 21st in the NHL for points. Goals for per game, 25th, so we need to score more goals. But that could mean that our goals against, our stats, our individual stats are really not the greatest. But our goals against is midway in the NHL. So if we can improve on that a little bit, we'd actually be a very good defensive team. Power play percentage, first in the NHL. So our power play is, we're not getting any goals 5-on-5. If our goals for per game is down there at 25th in the NHL, but our power play is first in the NHL, we got problems 5-on-5, okay? So we got to worry about that. Penalty kill percentage, 10th in the NHL. I'm fine with a penalty kill at 10th. Don't have to touch that. Home record, 6-4-2. Away record, 7-7-1. Last 10, 5-5-0. All right, so we're still just, what I like about it is we're not killing ourselves for a late season push for the playoffs. We're keeping pace. You know what I mean? We're not falling way below 500, which is good to see. I'd like to see us win some games as well, but we are that kind of team, right? So Mark Stone, 18 points in 27 games played. Bobby Ryan, 17 points in 27. I see what you guys are saying about Bobby Ryan, Taylor Hall, and Turris has only got 13 points in 27 games played. Now, I know if I reunited Turris with Hall and Ryan, maybe they get more points, right? But Stone and Hoffman are doing a great job in the top 6 right now. They're all minus players, though. Our 5-on-5 is really not the greatest. If that can improve, we'd be much better. Cody Cece is leading our team with 13 points. Remember, though, Carlson was injured. He missed 5 games. All right, Weirkosh is a minus 14. Maybe I should take him off the first line. Goaltenders, Robin Lehner, 2.96 goals against average. Ben Scrivey is a 1.31 goals against average. Jesus, should I be starting Scrivey over? I could give some games to Scrivey. You know what? I mean, I have seen some fan comments about Ben Scrivens. Hang on, let me find it. Hey, here's a comment right here. Look at this. Instead of moving Hall down, move Ryan down. Clearly, he isn't playing on the top line guy. It also seems like Hall's Zibanejad and Hoffman line is doing really well. I'd move that line to the top line and move Stone, Turris, and Ryan down. That way, that line is getting the points that you want, getting more ice time, blah blah blah, whatever. I butchered that. But look at the bottom paragraph. Look at Scriven's stats. This was at the beginning of the video. 1-1 with a 1.51 goals against. I give him a few starts and see how he does. It might not be the change that you need, but it may help you out until you can find a new goalie. I'd package Lehner and Abdelkader for a better starter. Blah, 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 blah. But basically, he's saying that Ben Scrivens' stats look pretty good. So you know what? I'm going to try a little bit of an experiment here. Rules. Hang on. Let me make sure I don't accidentally change any of this stuff. There you go. Injuries are on. Yeah, injuries are on. Where is it? Rotate goalies off, all right? We'll go with Ben Scrivens for a few games here, and let's see what he can do. I admit after the first video when it was 1-1 with those stats, I was like, okay, 2 good games. But now he's got like 6 really good games. Maybe the team plays well with him. It's like Andrew Hammond 2.0. Let's just try it out. Edit lines. All right. Goaltender, Ben Scrivy, get in the net. Let's see what you can do. All right. So I'm going to go with Ben Scrivens game by game here. Let's just see what he can do against the Columbus Blue Jackets first. You know what? We'll get a little bit of good luck for him here. We got some fan art for Ben Scrivens. There you go. I'm going to send the scout out to OHL again. There's the give Scrivens a chance. All right, Scrivens. This is your chance now. I'm really putting the ball in your court to see what you can do for us. All right? Is it going to be successful or is it going to be the first game lost? I'll have to go back to Robin Lehner right away. Let's see. Come on now, Ben Scrivens. Let's see what you can do. 4-3 loss. And Cody Ceci's been injured with a pulled groin. Replace player manually. There you go. Or automatically. He'll be back for this. Let's just go with Ben Scrivens for 3 games here and let's see what he does. All right. I'll sacrifice a few games here. So we lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-3. Lost to the Washington Capitals 2-0. Not his fault though that game. Leave him in there for another one. And losing to these Eastern Conference teams, I'm not liking it. Carolina Hurricanes. Let's see. No, we lost another one. Yeah, we're not getting it done. No, I'm gonna go back with Robin Lehner. I know that game wasn't his fault either, right? But whatever. I don't want to mess with this. So hang on a sec. Green, yeah, there you go. Cody Ceci, get your ass in there. I could also take Weirkosh off the first line because his plus minus was way down there. It's our power play that's really helping us out. Nope, hang on, Condra. There you go. Green, very nice. So let me go back to the, no, stop the simulation. I don't want to go another game. I already changed Robin Lehner back in there, but let me just go back and change the settings once again. We just got to get a good chunk of the season simulated. I got to just go with it now. Rotate goalies on, all right? So I've tried my best, boys, to make some line changes and such. I think it's just we're a team that at best is competitive for the playoffs. You know what I mean? We're not a guaranteed playoff team, so we just gotta go through the season and play. So I got a few games here. Yeah, let's go all the way past the All-Star break. All right. Got some more comments though that we can read while we're going. There you go. Robin Lehner comes back in. He gets a big game. Hall, Zibanejad, and Hoffman worked well. The problem is Turris and Ryan. So again, more hate for our leaders, Turris and Ryan. I agree, man. They're not getting enough goals for us. We need them at 70 plus points per season. Neither of them are producing at the rate that you want them to. You either trade one of them or keep both and see how they go. Or see how they go. I say you keep them until the trade deadline and then make a trade. Keep in mind, Ryan is getting older. There are better goaltenders out there as well. Kemper isn't good enough in my opinion. Well, I think for the goaltender situation, we're going to ride it out. Mackenzie Savard is down there. We need him to get better, but, you know, going out there and trading for a veteran goaltender like Roberto Luongo, well, that wouldn't work because the salary cap is too much. Darcy Kemper would work, but would he really give us a better chance at this season, especially with Ben Scrivens having decent backup numbers, right? So I think I'm in a spot right now where our young team is getting older. We got contracts coming up. We just got to take our time, be patient. Got to be like Steve Yzerman with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Got to be patient, all right? Good things will happen eventually. But everyone's talking about, you know, the lack of free agent signings and what's it called? And, Robin Lehner not getting it done. I think we should start focusing on Kyle Turris and Bobby Ryan, like a few of these analysts pointed out in this video. They're absolutely not getting their job done. These guys need to be our first line players who put up, like I said, 70 plus points in a season. And Kyle Turris he was behind third liners in points. And this guy's got first line time and first line power play time as a playmaker. He's got to have more points than that. And you know what, man? This is actually looking pretty good. We've actually got on a little bit of a streak here. And this is what I'm talking about, this team. Last year, we were hit with the injury bug, but I do feel like the Ottawa Senators have a decent enough roster that we can make the playoffs. And if we can just make the playoffs each and every year while slowly, piece by piece, adding to the puzzle, we might turn one of those years into a Stanley Cup run, right? So that's what I'm hoping for. And look at that, Kyle Turris, just as everyone's talking about Kyle Turris and Bobby Ryan, he now becomes the leading goal scorer on the team with 12. Mark Stone with 21 assists, good. I'm still hoping for some growth out of Hoffman and Stone. I don't think it's going to happen to Hoffman, but Stone's still young. He could still get a jump in a year or two. And Robin Lehner, if we can get him up to 86, 87, I'd be happy with that. Just increase his trade value. Mackenzie Savard is our goaltender of the future, I'm hoping for anyways. All right? And, yeah, that's basically it. Do we have anything else? Yeah, you know what? We actually do have one more comment I can get to, but we're at the All-Star break, so hang on one second. 23, 16, and 4. Very nice, very nice. So here we are after the All-Star break, and I gotta say, the Ottawa Senators, they've turned it around. 23, 16, and 4. We still have some work to do, though. If you look at the Eastern Conference, we are not in a playoff spot, but we're right there. Toronto's got 51, Philadelphia's got 51. They're the wild card teams right now. We have 50 points. And, you know, after the All-Star break, look at this, game against the Montreal Canadiens. We got to beat them, get some points, right? We don't want them to get back into the race. The New York Islanders, they have 48 points. We have 50. Huge game right there. The New York Rangers, they're at the top, but they got 55 points, only 5 points ahead of us. That's a huge game as well. Pittsburgh, 47 points, huge game. Philadelphia, 51 points. Oh, my God. So the next 5 games are huge, and then we got to go out west to Vancouver, Winnipeg, Calgary. Okay, then we go out west for a little bit. All right. And then Buffalo, they're at the bottom. Tampa Bay, 49 points. Toronto, 51 points. Carolina, they're at the bottom, 42 points. All right, and then we go out to the west again. So there's 2 huge Eastern Conference stretches right here. The first one's 5 games long. Go up against 4 teams that we're competing for a playoff spot against. Then we go out west, and then we come back another, 4 games in the East? Yeah, and then we go out west again to Dallas. All right, man. I mean, this is huge. This is big. So we just passed the All-Star break. Let's just do one more of these. Don't worry, in this video, we are going to get up to the trade deadline. Our team is playing good enough so I can keep it going here. Points from the NHL, we're 17th. Goals for per game, 30th. So we're dead last for goals for per game. So we must be a good defensive team this year. We must be. So that's something that we need to look into. Like I said, boys, Bobby Ryan and Kyle Turris, they're not getting their jobs done. Goals against per game, 3rd in the NHL. So talking about Robin Lehner, he's earning himself back into our graces. 2.44 goals against per game. What the hell? How did that happen? But our power play is 2nd in the NHL, so our 5-on-5 is horrible. Penalty kill, 1st in the NHL. Holy shit, our penalty kill, though. Okay, I'm liking this. Home record, 10-8-2. Away record, 13-8-2. And our last 10, 8-2-0. All right, so the Ottawa Senators, they're turning it on at the right time. Player stats for the season. All right, I don't want to jinx us. But I'm thinking that Robin Lehner's stats are looking much better now, boys. Unless Ben Scrivens has gotten 20 starts and he just took it off for us. Forwards, all right? So Mark Stone, 29 points in 43 games played. Not the greatest. And they're all minus players. Everybody. Our top 7 forwards are all minus players. So they're getting it done in the power play and they're getting it done defensively. So, I mean, I could make line changes, but we're winning games, right? So Mark Stone with 29, Taylor Hall with 26, Bobby Ryan with 26, Kyle Turris with 25, Hoffman with 23, Zibanejad with 23. I mean, it's very even. It's a very even 6. Curtis Lazar's got 18 points, though, on the 3rd line, for God's sakes. All right, there you go. There's all those guys. Defensemen, Cody Ceci, 19 points. Erik Karlsson, 18 points. Weirkosh, 15 points. Yeah, you know, Carlson and Weirkosh are minus players. We're horrible 5-on-5, but we're winning games, right? So I don't know what to do here. Robin Lehner, he's got his goals against way down there, boys, 2.62. But remember where it was, right? So he's got to bring it down. That's the hard part. Ben Scrivens, 1.62. Ben Scrivens has been great backup for us this year, man. He's been great for us. But Robin Lehner, he's got a save percentage, 91.30. I don't know if Ben Scrivens is the guy we should be going with here or not. I don't know. Whatever, though. We're just going to go with it, all right? So let's send the scout back out. I'll send my scout. You know what? You guys always say I should do a little bit better job scouting. Stop just sending him out to the OHL. All right, so I'll go to, hang on a second here, scouting report. Let's see. So this guy, the playmaker, left wing, WHL forwards, USA, OHL, WHL defenseman, All right, and goaltenders. Let's see the goalies, even though we don't really need another goalie. OHL. There's a few goalies in the OHL. And you know what? Just in case, what's his name, Mackenzie Savard doesn't get any better. I never really do scouting for goaltenders. Just in case Mackenzie Savard, like his trade value drops this year. Because I know how to spot him. I went through Google Vaz and Brendan Hope. I know how to spot the goaltenders that won't grow. All right, we'll just get some scouting done for that. So let's see if the Ottawa Senators can have a good stretch here. We'll go with the first 5 games for the East. All right, the Eastern stretch right here up to the Vancouver game. Here we go. We also have another comment that I want to read, but you know what? I don't know if I can read it right now. Okay. Lost to the Montreal Canadiens. That sucks, but they're not exactly a team that's competitive right now, so it's not the end of the world. That's a big win against the Islanders. That's a big win, and it's a win in regulation. Now, the Rangers, they're at the top, but it would still be nice to take 2 points from them. Another team that could lose some games, and we could take the playoff spot from them. Let's see. Come on now, don't lose it on regulation. Regulation loss right there, that hurts. Now 2 huge games. 2 huge games. Big win. Come on now, another one. Come on, big game against Philadelphia. All right, so we lost. All right, so really not the greatest there. 3 games, we only won 2 of them. We had 3 regulation losses as well. All right, so not the greatest. Now we have the Western. Yeah, we got the West. All right, you know what? I'll go back to reading comments. That might have been good luck for us, all right? So last comment. Depends on what you want to do. Do you want to tank for Zod or make a playoff run? This is a rough start to the year, and I think it's safe to say Robin Lehner is not the guy for the future. At this point, he's 25, so he's pretty much done getting better, and he's playing terribly. All right, boys, so I lost some footage there, but that's okay. I caught it quick enough. We were just at the Vancouver game. It went ahead 2 more games where we won against the Winnipeg Jets and the Calgary Flames, so we're winning those games on the Western trip here, so let's just keep it up. I was somewhere in the middle of this comment. It was... at this point, he's 25, so he's pretty much done getting better, and he's playing terribly, even with a decent defensive core on front of him. It's your choice, but I think trading away one of your 3.5 yellow star defenseman prospects like Lanoy or LeBlanc and a second-round pick for a legitimate starting goalie wouldn't be a terrible idea. So this guy is also saying to trade away Robin Lehner. I was really thinking about that at the beginning of the year, but we've actually turned it around, right? We're the best defensive team in the NHL, it seems like, recently, so... I don't know what the hell happened here in Ottawa. I don't know what type of combination I've put together here that allows us to play this way. But we're a pretty good defensive team. I think Robin Lehner, he's earned his chance to play here. So you know what? This is actually really good because I don't have to worry about slowing down and stopping the video before the trade deadline. I can just go right into it. So look at that. The Ottawa Senators, second in the Atlantic Division, 65 points. Now, where are the wild card? The wild card right now is at 62 points. So we're only 3 points ahead of a wild card. So we're not out of the woods just yet, boys. Are we going back to the West? I'm in the East here. Yeah, Buffalo, big game. Well, they're at the bottom of the table, but still. Tampa Bay, big game against Tampa Bay. They're behind us by 2 points. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they're trying to get a playoff position, so it'd be nice to beat them in regulation to hurt their chances. Carolina Hurricanes, they have 53 points. You never know, they could go on a tear. So, yeah, we got a few big games here, especially against Tampa and Toronto. All right? If I can only win 2 of the next 4, give me Tampa and Toronto. All right, so come on now, Ottawa. Just keep it up. No more comments, boys. We got to focus now. Big games. All right, so game against the shitty Sabres. Come on. There you go. Give me 2 big points against the shitty Sabres. Get some confidence for the goal scorers. Big game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Come on. Oh, regulation loss. That hurts. I would have rather lost to Buffalo and beat Tampa. But all right, same thing against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're fighting for a playoff spot as well. Don't give me regulation losses against these teams, man. Regulation loss against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So the worst case scenario not the worst case, would have been 4 in a row. Oh my God. We just lost 3 regulation in a row. Oh my God. Just right at the trade deadline, you got to start to lose some games. 3 regular in a row and 1 to Tampa and Toronto. Guarantee you now, watch our spots. Yeah, look at us now. Down in 4th with 67 points. Still in the playoff spot, but that loss to Tampa and Toronto's now only 2 points behind us, man. Got to start winning some games, boys. I'm not going to do anything. Let's go right up to here. All right. The last possible day before that last game against Nashville, home ice. Come on now. We're in Dallas, so it's not the end of the world if they take points out of us. There you go. Okay. I'll take that. Maybe it was an overtime win or something. Come on. Get some more points. We need points now. Okay. That was an overtime loss. All right. I'll take that. Overtime loss, not the end of the world, especially against the Western Conference team. All right. Big game against the Florida Panthers. Huge game. They're fighting for a playoff spot. I know they are. Don't lose in regulation. Last 2 games, oh my god. And now Robin Lehner's been injured with a bruised hip. Estimated return is March 5th. It's not that far, boys. March 5th is not that far away, thank God. It's right after the trade deadline, so we don't need to go out and get a goaltender. All right, Bachman, get up here. Scrivy, I need you to win a few games here for me. Scrivens, there you go. Ben Scrivens. Bachman, get in there. See, what really sucks about this is the last 3 divisional games that we've had against divisional opponents that are fighting for the playoffs. Here's another divisional game, 4. The last 3, there you go. Finally, we get a win. But before that, we had 3 regs in a row where we lost against divisional opponents. And now we lost to the shitty freaking Buffalo Sabres. My God. All right, so it's definitely shaping us up for a sweet final stretch here. It's not going to give it to us. It's not going to be automatic. We have to fight our way to get to this spot. Now we're going to have to fight our way to get into the playoffs, all right? But if I could have said at the beginning of the season, by the trade deadline, we'd be 33, 24, and 6, 33 and 30, basically. I think that would be pretty good. All right, I think I would have taken that. So the Atlantic Division, 72 points. See those games against that was a big win against the Boston Bruins. They're trying to fight back, but that loss against Toronto earlier and the loss against Tampa Bay, that really held us down a little bit. We got to continue to beat the Metropolitan Division as well, because Pittsburgh and New York Islanders, they're below 70 points. So we're right in the thick of things for the wild card race in the Eastern Conference, which is good news, all right? So we don't have to worry about anything there. Robin Lehner's also back, and we have Ben Scrivens. So let's go through again, and let's see what our team is looking like. So 13th in the NHL for points, which is good. Goals for per game, 27th in the NHL, so that could be much better. But we're a goals against kind of team. 5th in the NHL for goals against, which is great. Power play percentage, 10th in the NHL. Penalty kill percentage, 4th in the NHL. It's good. Home record, 16, 11, and 3. Away record, 17, 13, and 3. And our last 10, 4, 5, and 1. So we were playing really good, and then the last 10 games, we lost a few in regulation. Those 3 in a can't even talk. Those 3 in a row where we lost 3 in regulation, those were big. But we can bounce back from them, boys. We definitely can. Let's see here. Come on now. There you go. All right, so forwards. Let's see if Bobby Ryan and Kyle Turris. There you go. They're starting to take off a little bit now, boys. They didn't have the greatest start to the season. I'd like to see some advanced analytics here. Try to find out where they really, like in the last 20 games, maybe they have 20 points or something like that, right? Because I know they've turned it on. Now that he's got 47 points in 63 games played, like, what was it? I think they had like 40 in like 28 or something like that. Or, I forget what it was. It was something half and half. Maybe it was like 28 points in 40 games played or something like that. But I think they've gotten a lot more goals. And they've gotten goals as well. 22 goals for Bobby Ryan, 21 for Kyle Turris. That's much better. Stone with 43. I'm looking for, they turned into plus players now. That's good news for Bobby Ryan and Kyle Turris. Stone, 43 points. I'm hoping for a good year for him so he can grow. Taylor Hall with 38 only. He could be having a better year. Maybe it's time for him to move up to the first line. Hoffman with 33 points. Zibanejad with 32. Curtis Lazar with 27. All these guys down here. All right, everyone's a minus player, man. Jesus Christ. No 5-on-5 goals. Defenseman, there you go. Erik Karlsson taking the lead, 44. Cody Ceci with 29. Weirkosh, 18. Weirkosh is still a minus 14, though. I'm not liking that. Our whole team is minus, though. Robin Lehner, 2.66 goals against. I got to say, Ben Scrivens' backup numbers have been great this year. He's been able to get us 10 freaking wins, while Robin Lehner's actually fallen off a little bit more. 23-20 losses now, and a save percentage of 91.11. It's interesting, though, right? Because when I went with Ben Scrivens for those 3 games in a row, he lost each and every one of them. Oh, no, what we're going to do here with Ben Scrivens and Robin Lehner, man. We got to figure it out. We desperately do. All right, so there are the stats. Hang on. Our AHL team is looking like that, so nothing too spectacular. Let's go to GM options and progress reports. Let's see if anyone's growing here this year. Cody Ceci grew. Abdelkader went down. Mathot went down. Wingles went down. Joel Ward went down. Okay, goaltenders. No, Robin Lehner stayed the same. AHL, anybody? No, everyone pretty much stayed the same. Okay. Very nice, very nice. And last but not least, yes, because we're at the trade deadline, we got to take a look at who's available out there so you guys can go nuts with any trades. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we should just keep what we have and just keep going forward. Unless there's somebody out there who's available for very cheap that would help our team out tremendously for like a second-round pick or something, right? I'll just let you guys. Marlowe and Thornton. You know what? Thornton at 86 overall. What I like about these guys is 1 year left, but we also have to worry about the cap. So we'd have to Maybe like a Joel Ward going back to free up some cap space. But that wouldn't be bad because their trade values are nice and low. All right, I might have to talk to Eugene Melnick to free up some cap space. Go through here. Markov, 85. All right, remember Montreal is not a playoff team this year. That wouldn't be a bad one. He could go in our top 4. Fisher, come back to Ottawa. 82, though, wasn't that good. Go through. Glenn Cross, Riley Nash. Who is that? Weidman? Weidman and Mason Raymond. Not bad. Chris Kelly, 80. Not bad. Bodker, 86. Boschman, 82. All right, so there were all the skaters. And let me just go back into it, go through the goaltenders as well. Just in case, just in case. I know you guys, yeah, now that I haven't signed all those free agents, our team's not playing that bad anymore, eh? Ryan Miller. There you go. I know a lot of you guys didn't think our team would be where it is right now. But there's something about this Ottawa Senators roster, man. It can get it done. Michael Neuwirth, something about this roster. They can get it done. I wasn't expecting us to be a good defensive team, but shit, we are. There you go. Jimmy Howard, 83. Backup, maybe. Ben Scrivens has had good backup numbers, though. But I got to do my due diligence and show you guys, just in case. All right. There you go. There you go. There you go. And let's see. Mackenzie Savard. That's what I like about Mackenzie Savard. His trade value is still above half. All right. So Mackenzie Savard, I'm hoping for big things out of him. So there you go, boys. We're up here at the trade deadline. Next video, just like before, I'd like us to try to make the playoffs. There are the standings, so we do hold our own destiny in our hands, which is good news. We just got to win games, all right? But this is what we do here in Ottawa. I know it's been a bumpy ride. You guys have been thinking that we haven't had the greatest roster. We're never going to win the Stanley Cup, but we're looking for 3 straight years where we make the playoffs. Last year, we made it to the second round. So with the roster that made it to the second round last year, I mean, they're a little bit older, hopefully a little bit better. Maybe we can get to the third round. You never know, right? Piece by piece, I'm going to turn this team into a Stanley Cup contender. But we got to have patience, all right? And this year is shaping up to be a good year. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one.